Today we're going to be talking about Sohcahtoa. So you might recall this from your geometry class. Sohcahtoa is really important, and it's the foundation of what we're going to do today. So in short, I'm going to write it out. Sine theta is O over H. Cosine theta is A over H. And tan theta is O over A. And O is referring to opposite. A is referring to adjacent. And H is referring to hypotenuse. And this is the most important part. All of these terms, they only apply to right triangles. So everything we do today is going to apply to right triangles. So let's try our first one. It says find the value of each of the 6 trig functions of the angle theta. So notice how there are 6. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's just do the 3 we know. If you look at our picture here, this theta is given right here. That'll always be the case for these problems. So what I want you to do is draw a stick figure right here. That's going to be your perspective. So 5 is clearly the hypotenuse, it's the longest side. 3 is your adjacent because that's next to your stick figure, which means this must be your opposite. Now you could do the Pythagorean Theorem, but hopefully all of you know that's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Now we're going to start doing some trig. So what I want you to do is write the 3 functions in this exact order. Sine, cosine, tan. And now look at your triangle. Sine is O over H, so O over H. So you're going to write 4 over 5. Cosine is A over H, so you're going to write 3 over 5. Tangent is O over A, so you're going to write 4 over 3. And now look how easy that was. Now notice how that's only 3 functions. We need 6. So the other 3 you're going to learn today, let's go back to the top here. These are called the reciprocal identities. The first one is cosecant. So you're going to write CSC. That is the reciprocal of sine. And again, that's pronounced cosecant. The next one is secant, and you write SEC. That is the reciprocal of cosine, and that is pronounced secant. And the last one is cotangent. That's just cot. That's going to be 1 over tangent, or tan. And again, that's pronounced cotangent. That is something you must study and memorize. You got to have those 6 functions pretty fluent. Now I want you to write it in this exact order. Cosecant, secant, cotangent. As you're doing these problems, I really want you to focus on writing it in this exact order. Notice how all the pairs are lined up horizontally. This will just help you memorize it faster. And also for your work, look how easy it is. You just flip them. 5 over 4, 5 over 3, 3 over 4. Now we're done. Next example. Given cosine theta is 2 root 5 over 5, find each of the 4 remaining trig functions. So hopefully you can realize what's wrong with this question. I put this intentionally. Let's cross out that 4. There are actually 5 remaining trig functions. And to do this, what we're going to do is draw a triangle. So do the exact same process as last time. We're going to put theta here. There's your stick figure. Here's your O, A, and H. Now it is important to know that your theta could be on the other side too, like theta could be here. And if that happens, that just changes your letters. That would make this O, A is there, and H is there. So notice how h should always be the same one, but O and A can switch depending on where your stick figure is. But for this problem, it won't matter which one we choose. I'll just do the one we drew first. To start, I'm just going to write out sine, cosine, tan, and cosecant, secant, and cotangent. And fill in what we know. This is 2 root 5 over 5. Now, all we got to do is work backwards. If we know cosine is A over H, let's just fill that in. A must be 2 root 5, H must be 5. And now we can figure out that last leg. So if you want, call it x, Pythagorean Theorem, 2 root 5 squared plus x squared is equal to 5 squared. 2 root 5 squared is 20. 5 squared is 25. So x squared must be 5, which means x is the root of 5. So here's root 5. And now we can figure everything out. Let's do sine, that's O over H, that is root 5 over 5. Tangent is O over A. That one would be root 5 over 2 root 5. Notice how this just reduces out to 1 over 2. And now we flip it. 5 over root 5, 5 over 2 root 5, and 2. Now in trigonometry, these answers are not going to be acceptable. We're going to have to rationalize that. So we're going to multiply by the radical on the bottom, root 5 over root 5, and our answer is going to become root 5. This one, we're going to multiply by, again, root 5 over root 5, and this will become root 5 over 2, and 2 is good. So now we'll just circle all our answers.